everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Sherry Turquoise, and today I am doing the books, the TBR books to be read during the month of August. Now I'm going to confess something. I am joining two readathons, and they're both actually are starting at the exact same time, but they're ending on different days. I am joining the Summer Scare Readathon by Jessica Williamson. I'm really sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I will leave a link down below to her channel. And I will be joining the Avatar-based readathon as well by, or at least this is one of them that they're by Benreadsbooks. I will leave a link to his channel as well. There's him and 3 other people. They are joining in with this readathon, so they're doing it as a group. They're the creators of this. So I am going to do my best to leave a link to all 4 of them because each one does an element. Ben is doing the element of fire. So I will leave a link to his channel and to this video down below for you guys to find. Now, the difference is the Summer Scare Readathon is taking place August 1st to August 9th, while the Avatar-based Readathon is taking place from August 1st to August 14th. So, my goal is to read 1 book a day during this readathon. So, I'm going to let you guys know which book goes to where and which book does technically work for another readathon as well. So without further ado, I'm going to hop right into it, and I do have an... Sorry about that. I had to delete a video that's already saved. Will be uploaded tonight or yesterday. It will be already uploaded. So let's try this again. My August reads are here, but they're past the readathon, and I will continue reading them. And there is 3 book club books that I am waiting on to hear the titles for. Until then, I don't know what August books are for the book club for Little Whimsy and the Niven book club and Lauren's book club for the learning one, for writing and learning. So I'm just waiting for those videos or notifications to go up to let the readers know what books they are, and I will get them sometime this month. Hopefully I can get them read before the month is over, but I'm not making any promises. So without further ado, I am going to jump right into it. So I'm going to start with the Summer Scare Readathon because I have 9 books. So the first book I have for the readathon is Carrie by Stephen King. Carrie may be picked on by her classmates, but she has a gift. She can move things with her mind. Doors lock, candles fall. This is her power and her problem. Then an act of kindness as spontaneous as the vicious taunts of her classmates offers Carrie a chance to be a normal until an unexpected cruelty turns her gift into a weapon of horror and destruction that no one will ever forget. Gory and horrifying, you can't put it down. Now, I had to look this up. Carrie is actually Stephen King's debut novel, and I'm quite curious to see how this story goes versus his best-selling book, It. So I am quite curious on how this book is done and written, and to see how far he has come. Now this is not the original cover. The cover has changed a couple of rounds already, so I am pretty confident that there will be the grammar correction as well, but it would still be interesting to see how Stephen King's original story or debut story compares to his #1 selling book, It, because it's the one with 2, maybe 3 movies by now. The original It, the remake of It, and then I hear there's going to be a It Chapter 2 if it's not already out. So I'm quite curious to see how that works. And one of the prompts was it need to have purple. So this has a little bit of purple. And one of the other prompts was it needed to have a ghost. Well, none of the books any of the books I have, there is one more that does have a ghost on it, but I have already read it. So I was like, I don't really want to read a book that I have already read and fully aware of it. Don't get me wrong, I do got books here that I have read I'm going to be rereading. The book I'm going to be reading is Ghost Ship. Now I have seen the movie to this. If the movie is based off the book. So this is the ship. It is technically a ghost. What makes this a ghost on the cover is the fact that this is what it actually looks like. But when the smaller ship finds this boat, it looks like it's in perfect condition. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a complete illusion. But this ship is also not real. So if this is the ship that I'm thinking of from the movie, I seen the movie already, so I'm gonna try to separate them. It also has the color of purple, but more so it was because of the ship. If this is the ship I am thinking of, because there's a movie called Ghost Ship as well. And I think those two are connected. And this book also counts as the Avatar-based readathon because it has the element of water, because of the ship is on legit water this round. Minus the purple. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to read the back. Well, the back is in here instead of back here, which I thought was kind of odd. When Kurt Austin is injured attempting to rescue the passengers and crew from a sinking yacht, he wakes with fragmented and conflicted memories. Did he see a old friend and her daughter drown, or was the yacht abandoned when he came aboard? Determined to know the truth, he soon finds himself descended into a shadowy world of state-sponsored cybercrime and uncovering a pattern of vanishing scientists, suspicious accidents, and a web of human trafficking. With the help of Joe Zavala, he takes on the sinister organization at the heart of this web, facing off with them in locations ranging from Dabra to North Korea to the rugged coasts of Madagascar, but where he will ultimately end up, even he cannot begin to guess, except maybe in death. Okay, that don't sound like the ghost ship I am thinking of. Maybe this is a different one. But yeah, it has the same title as the movie, so I will definitely have to read this to figure out if the movie is based off of this or if they are two completely separate things. The next book I am reading in the Summer Scare Readathon is Keep Her Safe. One of the books we are supposed to read is things that scare us. Unfortunately, I am very, very hard to scare unless there might be children involved, and I do get tense really easy. And this was as close to a book that I might get scared other than Carrie, because there is a child involved with that one too. So I'm just going to quickly read the back. Pushed to the breaking point, Carol Burrows flees her home and family and escapes to a 5-star spa resort she can't afford. Afford. Late at night, exhausted and desperate, she lets herself into her hotel room and is shocked to find it already occupied by a man and a teenage girl. A simple mistake at the front desk, but soon Carol realizes that the girl she saw alive and well in the hotel room is someone she couldn't possibly have seen. The most famous murder victim in the country, Mandi Chapa, whose parents are serving natural life sentence for her murder. Carol doesn't know what to trust. Everything she read and heard about the case or the evidence she saw with her own eyes. Did she really see Melody? And is she prepared to ask herself that question, answer it honestly, even if it means risking her life? So this counts, I'm qualifying this as a book that might frighten me because, again, there's a child involved. So it'll be interesting to see where this takes me. I don't own a lot of horror books at this moment, but some thriller books actually do scare me a lot. So this is another book I will be reading for the Scare Readathon. This book also counts for the base on Avatar Readathon because of the red and the white. The red color represents fire, and we are supposed to find books that are red or orange covered. This one fits it, and also has white, which is based on the air element. And for air, we are supposed to find books that have the white color on the cover. There are a couple more prompts to it. Again, I'll leave those links down below to those channels so that way you get a further description of it. And one of the other books I'm reading is Life and Death, the Twilight Reimagined. I'm going to be trying to get to this as well. When beautiful Swan moves to a gloomy town of Forks and meets the mysterious alluring Edith Cullen, his life takes a thrilling and terrifying turn. With her porcelain skin, golden eyes, mesmerizing voice, and supernatural gifts, Edith is both irresistible and enigmatic. What Beard doesn't realize is the closer he gets to her, the more he is putting himself and those around him at risk. And it might be too late to turn back. So I'm going to try to read this during the Scare Readathon. There was a couple other prompts. There was a prompt for diversity, which, perfectly honest, I don't own any books that have diversity, so I am hoping that one of the books I have in the Summer Scare Readathon has diversity in it, and I'm just not aware of it. This book also qualifies for the Avatar-based readathon because of the green for the earth element, so that is a bonus. So a lot of my books for the Scare Readathon does qualify for the Avatar-based readathon. The next books I'm planning on reading are the Twilight series or saga, and the short second life of Bree Tanner. So I'm going to be reading Twilight, Movement, Eclipse, Break of Dawn, and of course this novella. And one of the prompts was to have a book that was 200 pages and under, which actually is a lot harder to find than I thought. I thought I owned a lot more books with 200 pages and under, and I don't. I only own 2. This one here and one other one. And this one also counts as the Avatar-based books as well because of the white for the air and the red for fire. So this is a bonus as well. So most of my books, for if not all of them, for the Scare Readathon actually does qualify for the Avatar-based readathons, which I'm going to be counting them in both. And as for the Avatar-based readathons, I am just strictly reading graphic novels or comic books in total. I have 5 here, 1 for each element. Witch Hunt Atelier, I am reading for the Earth element. Yeah, for the Earth element because it has the Earth on the background and has both green and brown, which is one of the elements. This can count for air as well because of the white, but I'm qualifying it for the Earth. And meet young Coco, curious and bright and desperate to learn how magic's wrought. But witches keep their secrets hidden tight. And witches Coco knows are born, not taught. And one day Coco spies upon a witch as he prepares the charms for which she yearns, and see that like her skill with thread and stitch, the truth is magic's something she can learn. Now with this knowledge, Coco starts to try to teach herself the witch's way with charms, and yet her aspirations go awry as Coco's magic causes grievous harm. To set things right, young Coco leaves her home, and so begins the tale within this tome. So I'm quite curious on what she's done. This is a graphic novel, so it's backwards for those of you that don't know. The graphic novel starts at the back, it ends at the beginning at the front. So you don't read it like this, but you read it like this. It is very confusing for people that don't read graphic novels or for people that are just starting off to read graphic novels. Another graphic novel I am reading is The Witch's House, The Diary of Ellen. This is the book I'm qualifying for not only the fire element, but also for the spook readathon as well, because it looks spooky and it looks like it might be an interesting one. I'm qualifying it for the fire element because of the red roses and the red in the chair, and it looks like she has some red in her ribbon. And I'll just quickly read the back to you. I know all too well the beginning of that diary I never wrote. Ellen, who has been plagued by sickness her whole life, heavily relies on her mother's care and love. When the bond between them decays in a horrific turn of events, Ellen despairs that she will never get the love she so desperately craves, and thinks she's done for, that is, until she crosses paths with a mysterious black cat. The cat offers her powers and a house to live in, which seems to change Ellen's life for the better, but the new witch soon discovers the gruesome secrets within this ever-changing house. So that's going to be one of the reads I'm going to read for not only for the Summer Scare Readathon, but also the Avatar-based Readathon for the Fire element. And I will do my best to leave the links down below to all this as well. The book I'm going to be reading for air is Naruto Volume 1. For those of you that don't know Naruto Uzumaki is trying to become the next Hokage. I know Boruto is out already, but for ones that don't know about Boruto is Naruto's next generation. So if you don't want any spoilers, I recommend reading Naruto first, or even watching Naruto the anime to get all caught up with that before jumping to Boruto, because this shows us how Naruto becomes the person he is in Boruto. Yeah, so I'm qualifying this as the element of air because of light and the smoke or the wind that goes around him. And as for my water element, it is strictly because of the color. I am reading Transformers Manga 1. So this one I picked for the water element mostly because of the color blue. And back is the classic Transformers manga, now available in English for the first time. For eons, the Autobots and the Decepticons have been locked into a brutal civil war. The Autobots seek peace and coexistence while the Decepticons seek power and control. The humans are caught in the middle as the battle between these two mighty factions comes to Earth. In this collector's volume, the Autobots and their young friend Kenji must stand tall against the Decepticons in an interplanetary conflict. These classic stories are from the dawn of the Transformers, and this volume includes thrilling tales such as the Great Transformer War and Fight, Super Robot Life Form, Transformers Plus, and an extensive art gallery. So, I am looking forward to reading this one. I am a huge Transformers fan, so I am really looking forward to reading this during the Avatar readathon. And for the Avatar base alone, the color combo, the colors that you need to try to find are red, blue, white, and green. There we go. So, I own very little books that are colorful like that. One of the few books I own that actually own the color combo is Transformers and Best of Sonic the Hedgehog comic book. And there was one more that had all the colors as well. But I did not really want to read another novel by the same writer. Cleve Cussler is the other book author as well, with the other book that had all the colors. But I decided to go with Best of Sonic the Hedgehog. After nearly 20 years of comic specials and miniseries, Sonic the Hedgehog has hundreds of great stories to his name. Though the laughs and thrills, the action and adventure, the highs and lows, some stories stand out among the rest. Join us for the ultimate anthology of Sonic comic stories from the history of the series as represented in this action-packed collection. Don't miss out on this must-have collection for true blue Sonic fans. So this one has a collection of stories that were best known for the Sonics. I have read this and it is a very good book, and I'm gonna be really happy to reread this one. So that is all the books for the readathon. My plan is to have one book read per day. We'll see how well this works. That's 14 books for 14 days, and we'll see how well that works out. For my August read, I am going to continue reading Lock and Key by Atazadeh, and on my Kobo and on my Kindle. When I am done reading Lock and Key, I am planning on reading Altered Carbon. I already have that book on my e-reader, so I am going to put that as my read for August when I am done the Lock and Key book, and put that on. Like, it's already on there, but just fully read it. It's the 25th century, and advances in technology have refined it in life itself. Human consciousness can now be stored in the brain and downloaded into a new body, or sleep, reducing death to a minor blip on a screen. One time, UN envoy Takeshi Kovacs has been killed before, but his last death was particularly painful. Reslated into a body in Bay City, Kovacs is thrown into the dark heart of a shady, far-reaching conspiracy that is vicious even by the standards of a society that treats existence as something that can be bought and sold. For Kovacs, the shell that blew a hole in his chest was only the beginning. So I'm going to read that for my August read on my Kindle every single night before bed once I am done Lock and Key by Atazadeh. The next book I am hoping to get to in August is Every Which Way But Dead. And the back is, if you haven't read book 1 and 2, skip along this part, and this will be about a minute long just to read this. There's no witch in Cincinnati tougher, sexier, or more screwed up than bounty hunter Rachel Morgan, who's already put her love life and her soul in dire jeopardy through her determined efforts to bring criminal night creatures to justice. Between runs, she has her hands full fending off the attention of her blood-drinking partner, keeping a deadly secret from her backup, and resisting a hot new vamp suitor. Rachel must also take a stand in the war that's raging in the city's underworld, since she helped put away its former vampire kingpin and made a deal with a powerful demon to do so that could cause her an eternity of pain, torment, and degradation. And now her dark master is coming to collect his due. So that is book 3 of The Hollows, Every Which Way But Dead, by Kim Harrison. The next book is book 2 of the Howl's Moving Castle trilogy, and this book is Castle in the Air. I'm looking forward to reading this. If this is anything like book 1, this will be a fast, easy, fun little read. I've never said my wishes were supposed to do any good, said the genie. In fact, I swore that they would always do as much harm as possible. By day, Abdallah is a humble carpet merchant, yet in his dreams he is a prince. But his dreams start to come true when he meets the lovely flower in the night. When a hideous Daijin carries flower off into the sky, Abdallah is determined to rescue her if he can find her, and if he can, avoid all the furious villains who seem to be after him. But how can he possibly succeed with only a bad-tempered genie and an unreliable magic carpet to help him? So this sounds like it's a retelling of the Aladdin. So it'll be interesting to see how Moving Castle is connected to Castle in the Air other than the world. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. This, actually, I'm just going to come back here. This actually does count as a Avatar readathon as well because of the blue and the red, but I'm not putting it as the Avatar based readathon. And same with this one as well, because of the orangey color, I'm not putting this in the Avatar readathon as well because I already have a lot of books to read there. The next book I'm hoping to get to is The Iron Cane. Megan Chase has a secret destiny, one she could never have imagined. Something has always felt slightly off in Megan's life, ever since her father disappeared before her eyes when she was 6. She has never quite fit in at school or at home. When a dark stranger begins watching her from afar, and her prankster best friend becomes strangely protective of her, Megan senses that everything she's known is about to change, but she could never have guessed the truth, that she is the daughter of a mythical fairy king and is a pawn in a deadly war. Now Megan will learn just how far she'll go to save someone she cares about, to stop a mysterious evil no fairy creature dare face, and to find love with a young prince who might rather see her dead than let her touch his icy heart. Now this would qualify as well for the Avatar-based readathon because of the blue. However, I left this in my August read just to try to read it as well. So I'm hoping to get to this book this month. And the 5th season is the book club book I'm hoping to get to this month because they are having their book club meeting near the end of it. So I am looking forward to reading this. This is the way the world ends for the last time. It starts with the great red rift across the heart of the world, so content. Spewing ash that blots out the sun. It starts with death, with a murdered son and a missing daughter. It starts with betrayal, and long dormant wounds rising up to fester. This is the stillness, a land familiar with Kosovo, where the power of the earth is wielded as a weapon, and where there is no mercy. So, I'm looking forward to reading this one as well. I'm going to try to get this book read before the book club meeting. I have not been very good at my time management, and I'm going to do my best to change that. Another book I'm hoping to get to this month is The Worst, Book 1, At That Place by Roman Hama. Harashashi with observed rules, brutal terrorist attacks not even the highest can stop, a desperate king anxious to solve the case before time runs out, an innocent family caught in the middle of it all. On the lonely island of unknown resides the Valking family. 6 sisters are eager to explore beyond their freezing hometown and see the worst. Despite the terrible rumors that plague it, but during the trip, their fun is disrupted by horror. Their family is blamed for something terrible, something they didn't do. Now they must flee the highest and the awful punishment that awaits them. Can they stay hidden long enough to prove their innocence against the highest and the king himself? Now, heads up, there is trigger warnings. This novel contains potentially disturbing images. This discretion advised. So, if you are squeamish and don't like disturbing sights, I don't recommend this book, but if you think you will like those things, then I recommend it. And I'm hoping to get to this book this month. And the learning book I'm hoping to get to, because I don't know the learning book for the book club yet. As soon as I do, I will order it, and hopefully it gets here in time, is the Druids. This is my summer learning read, and I really am hoping to get to it either this month or next month. And looking forward to this. And the true nature of a mysterious and powerful cult. Shrouded in legend and lore for centuries, the lives of the ancient Druids continue to invoke fascination to this day. This compelling history explores who the Druids really were and what role they played in the Celtic realm. Peter Burford Ellis' fresh and convincing interpretation of the facts based on both astrological and entomological findings will be of interest and value to anyone seeking a deeper understanding of this ancient class and their spiritual way of life. So, I am very interested in learning this, and even if it's a brief history of the Druids, I will try to find as many books as I can about the Druids that go beyond just the basic or the brief story of them. Because I do have a plot idea. I'm not going to say what it is because it's not for later on. And it's based on this landscape kind of thing and kind of based off the Druids, but kind of not. But I need to do research on them and develop notes. Any books I have learned, I will be doing videos on either the entire book of summary, letting you guys what I have learned, or per chapter, just saying what the 10 things I have learned off of that chapter, just to help out with the learning and to help people out with the researching if they are having a hard time researching stuff off the internet. So that is it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 books to try to read this month. Specifically, do more books for the marathons. I will try to get 1 book read per day with the marathons. That leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 books that are not for the marathon. Technically 8 if you want to count the Altered Carbon and Lock and Key because they're not in it as well. So that is all. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to get notified of all my posts. And yeah, click the bell icon to get notified of all my posts because I post videos once a week and I do a live stream once a week. And I also do readathons as well, and I post reading vlogs every single day until the readathon is done. And the month before Camp NaNoWriMo, I post 2 videos a week and I do 2 live streams a week. During NaNoWriMo, Camp NaNoWriMo, I post every single day, 5 to 6 days a week, and I do a live stream once a week as well. I also upload videos all the time, bonus videos all the time, so click that bell icon to get notified of all my posts. And follow me on Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. All the links are down below. Click the like button and leave a comment down below. What books are you reading this month? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. And remember, stay true to yourself and stay unique. Bye!